Commissioner, I apologize. What I'm saying about the messing around, it forms an impression that give me the information, don't play with me.
Where does it form that impression? That the text doesn't
Chair,
say...
if you read...
Sorry, let me finish.
I apologize, Commissioner.
That's okay, no, you don't have to apologize, it's okay. The text says, but you can't mess me around. I think so too, but you can't mess me around. Where do you see what impression it forms and what it is speaking to? Where do you see that? Because I think keep in mind, also I want to suggest that you also don't read that. A proper way of reading any document is to read it in context. You know that, right? So look at the context of the communication from the beginning to the very last one, and the one that precedes, I believe you can help me. It's preceded by when am I going to be heard? When are you bringing the subpoena? Which date do you have in mind? When I know we can fit you in. That's Mr. Chaskalson. Yes.
Commissioner.
Yes, and sorry, let me finish. I just want for us to be in agreement about the context in which this text appears.
Yes, Commissioner.
That whole page, it starts with what happened to you. That's Mr. Chaskalson. And in his affidavit, he does say that they had been waiting for Mr. Mogotsi to come here for an appointment. Mr. Chaskalson and the two investigators. And Mr. Chaskalson says in his affidavit, we waited for 2 hours. He complains. He says, we actually wasted a good 2 hours waiting for Mr. Mogotsi and he didn't arrive. And that explains, according to Mr. Chaskalson. So what Mr. Chaskalson says in the affidavit, you would have seen. He says, we had an appointment with Mr. Mogotsi for the morning, right? He didn't arrive in the morning. We rescheduled for 2 o'clock. He didn't arrive at 2 o'clock. And Mr. Chaskalson complains in his affidavit that he wasted our time. We waited for a good 2 hours for him to arrive. The three of us, 2 investigators and Mr. Mogotsi and Mr. Chaskalson. And he explains that message. He says, the message, what happened to you, is because Mr. Mogotsi had not arrived here at the college, not a secret meeting, here at this venue for a consultation. And then Mr. Chaskalson says, and I read this only to say to you, context is important. We should not read selectively WhatsApp messages. After Mr. Chaskalson says, what happened to you, he then again says, I can't hear your evidence tomorrow. Note the date of the text is the 12th of March. Mr. Chaskalson says, I can't hear your evidence tomorrow anymore because we haven't met on the new info yet. I will see what else works on the calendar and get back to you. And then Mr. Mogotsi asks at 11:31, when are you bringing the subpoenas? That's Mr. Mogotsi. He indicates a willingness to come and testify. Mr. Mogotsi again asks, which date do you have in mind? Mr. Chaskalson answers him, when I know when we can fit you in, I will tell you. That's Mr. Chaskalson. Then Mr. Mogotsi says, I believe you can help me. That's his response to when I know when we can fit you in, I will tell you. He says, I believe you can help me. That's Mr. Mogotsi. Mr. Chaskalson says, I think so too, but you can't mess me around. Now, remember the context I said to you is missed appointments. But you can't mess me around. And then Mr. Chaskalson finally, in that stream of communication, says, I will try to work out when we can fit you into the calendar. It will have to be next month. I will get back to you next week with possible dates. Now, nothing in this sequence of communication gives you or Mr. Mogotsi any basis to say that which you have selectively read, Ms. Mahomane, I think so too, but you can't mess me around, means give me something and then I will protect you. There's absolutely no basis to present that part of the text in that way when you look at the context.
Commissioner, I'm inclined to agree with you thus far. Now, further to the response that you can't mess me around and I'll try to work out when we can fit you into the calendar. There's a response from Mr. Mogotsi which says that how do I get involved and finish, which I wish I knew what to do exactly.
You say what about it?
We are underneath, fit you into the calendar. It will have to be next month message.
Yes, I can see that. That is on page 39. So it's a continuation of what I had read at page 38,
yes,
right?
There's a message
Okay.
that comes in at 12:43.
Yes. How do I get involved and finish? Wish I knew what to do exactly. Yes, what about it? That's Mr. Mogotsi saying to Mr. Chaskalson, right? And in the way that it's presented on this page, it is a response to Mr. Chaskalson saying, I think so too, but you can't mess me around. And we have discussed that in context, it must have meant this. And then Mr. Mogotsi says, how do I get involved and finish? Wish I knew what to do exactly. That's Mr. Mogotsi. It's not Mr. Chaskalson. What are you saying about it?
I agree.
And I asked the question, keep in mind my conversation with you is about what do you say Mr. Chaskalson did wrong in this communication that is initiated by Mr. Mogotsi to give information about Mr. Karim to Mr. Chaskalson. Here he offers, he again continues, Mr. Mogotsi, to offer, how do I get involved and finish? Wish I knew what to do exactly. What do you say Mr. Chaskalson did wrong when you read this text? That creates a basis for the complaint and for fear of bias on his part.
Commissioner, with the last response, in the WhatsApp message, my submission would be the navigation of whatever it is that Mr. Chaskalson and Mr. Mogotsi were doing was being steered by the direction of the evidence leader, if I may so put it.
Where do we see that?
He asks, Mr. Mogotsi asks, he says that, how do I get involved and finish? I wish I knew exactly what to do.
Why do you say this text was steered by, and you have to give us facts, remember? You don't get to say whatever we want. You are making allegations of fact. So when you say this text, how do I get involved and finish? Wish I knew what to do exactly. When you say this was steered, to use your language, by Mr. Chaskalson, you have to refer us to the source of that steering.
Commissioner, paragraph 6.3 of the founding papers, page 12.
That is the first conversation.
It's 6.3.
It's 6.3, Commissioner. It's page 12 of the bundle.
Yes.
Commissioner, Mr. Mogotsi, may I just read this paragraph? On the 9th of March 2026 at 20:56, I attempted to call Advocate Charles Carlson SC, who returned my call. The call lasted approximately 3 minutes. During the call, he told me, "Get me anything against Suleiman and I will help you." He further stated that Suleiman had implicated me and that I should find a way to defend myself. He expressed his belief that Suleiman was lying, that Suleiman had thrown me under the bus, and that he wanted me to do the same to Suleiman.
And Mr. Chaskasin says what about it in his answering affidavit?
He denies the contents of this paragraph.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, Commissioner,
So there is a denial. Perhaps then that's when you get to address what do we do with that.
Hence, Commissioner, in response to that, I had said to the Commission that there's a factual dispute here wherein one party says, I did, and the other says, I did not. And then the other one says, you did this, and the other one denies. And the difficulty with that, as I had answered the chairperson, is nobody knows the contents of the phone calls and what was discussed between the evidence leader and Mr. Mogotsi.
Thank you, Ms. Mohammed.